This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you in part by the Daily Herald.
Neuqua Boys Golf Coach Spike Grosshuesch. We're here at Naperville today. You guys getting ready for practice. You've had a quite successful season as a team so far. When you talk about invitational tournaments, what's kind of gone into that for you guys to be able to, post so many low scores as a team?
I think our guys just get really fired up to play in these tournaments. One, they're going up against a lot of different schools that they normally wouldn't play in a dual match. A lot of them are our conference schools are not part of it, so that makes it more interesting for them. A lot of my guys play in the IJGA during the summer, and so they're sort of catching up with some of the friends that they made over the summer from different schools. So they really enjoy that competition. They like the fact that they can bring home some hardware too.
Definitely.
Which, it's sort of neat to not only play golf, but then also to get something in return. And, that includes either individual medals or, a team trophy or something like that. So our guys have really been fired up for the 18-hole tournaments. I wish I could say the same for the 9-hole tournaments. I mean, we really struggle in 9-hole matches. And they'll be the first to admit that they don't really care too much about the 9-hole match. They're more pumped for the 18.
And, when you look at your guys' early season schedule, you talk about, the Den at Fox Creek, a course in Bloomington that the state meets at, Coyote Creek in Peoria. For you as a coach, is it about maybe kind of getting these guys out of their comfort zone a little bit early, to kind of diversify things, put them maybe in some situations that they haven't seen before?
Yeah, for us, going to Coyote Creek down in Peoria has been, we've won it 3 out of 4 years. And it's been awesome for us. It's a completely different course than what they see up here.
Exactly.
It's all flat up here, and there it's all hills and tree lined, and just a beautiful course. And for some reason, my guys absolutely love playing there. And it's a nice road trip. They seem to like to be on the bus. They like the camaraderie that they have while they're on the bus. They enjoy the restaurant or whatever we stop off afterwards, and it's really helped us become more of a team, and for such a golf being such an individual sport, it's nice to be able to work together as a group and to be able to succeed in that area. The opportunity to play at the Den down in Bloomington, it's where they have the state tournament. We played a Ryder Cup fashion, so it was nice alternative to what we usually play, and our guys just absolutely loved it. They thought it was great, and I hope that sort of fuels the fire for them to want to continue to do well, so that when it comes to the state tournament time, hopefully we can make it down as a team.
Regional plaque for this program last year in the fall over in Oswego. You bring back a solid core from that team coming into this year, and talk about the 18-hole tournaments, they've really performed. How nice is that to have a couple senior leaders back from that squad? Yeah,
I think that's been huge for us. Really, our top 3 players from last year are back, and anytime you can get that, you know that you're going to be in good shape at the start of the season. Jason Roach, Nick Ruchis, and Ian Nebendal, they've all really performed well for me this whole year. And they're definitely the leaders of the team, and they're the ones that sort of show the way for the younger guys, or the guys that aren't as experienced on the varsity level.
You talk about Nick, we've kind of seen him, some of the Naperville City Junior stuff, a lot of the different individual stuff over the summer. What is it about his game that he's kind of able to manage things well on the course?
I think he's done a nice job this year, especially of keeping himself under control. At times he'd get upset with himself last year, and it would affect his game. This year it's been a little different. When he's had a bad shot, he doesn't let it affect him. He's able to just decide, all right, I'm done with that shot, and let's move forward to the next one. I think he's a good putter. He's now using a long putter.
Okay.
One of those belly putters. So he looks like an old guy out there, but he's a really darn good putter, and that certainly helps.
You also mentioned Jason Roach. He's a guy that has a big personality. He talks a lot to us on the course. At least we know that. A very talkative guy. You have 2 Roaches on the team this year, and Jimmy seems to be a little bit like his brother. What's that like as a coach, kind of managing that?
Well, it's fun having Jason and Jimmy on the team. Jason is a character. I've had him now. It's my 3rd year having him, so I guess it's to the point where I've gotten used to him and his personality. He's got a sense of humor. All the guys on the team love him. The guys that he plays with, from other teams, they enjoy playing with him because he's always loose. He doesn't show any emotion except for just the positive part of the game, and that's what I really like about him the most. He's just a great kid. I absolutely love the kid. And then Jimmy is just sort of following in his footsteps, and I'm just really enjoying getting to know him for the first year.
And you talked earlier about kind of building that team atmosphere in such an individual sport. Is that a big part of it as well?
Oh, definitely. I think that Jason, on road trips and stuff, he is sort of the court jester on the bus, and he'll crack jokes and everyone will laugh, and then everyone else will chime in, and Jimmy has actually become sort of a jokester himself, which for a sophomore, and it's a senior-led team, but then to have a sophomore that sort of is right there and is able to be a part of the team is pretty cool. So I really like the chemistry that we have with this team.
We've talked about some of the seniors. Who are some of the up-and-comers on this team that we might be hearing from here in the next couple of weeks?
Well, Reed Whiting is one of our seniors that didn't get much playing time last year, but he's shown me that he can shoot well. I've already mentioned Ian Nebendahl. He's obviously he's one of my captains, and he's done a great job for us. Mike Ebert is another senior that didn't even play last year in any matches, but he's come on and he's scored for us a number of times. Anders Nelson, first of all, you just got to love the name Anders, and probably the nicest kid that you'll ever want to meet, and he's a junior. He's the junior that plays for us, and he scored for us yesterday, and he doesn't like how he's played so far this year, but he's a kid that I'm going to enjoy having next year, and I'm hoping that he's learning as he goes along. Jordan Yamamoto, who in the last 2 weeks has been our best golfer, so I don't know how I forgot him. Jordan really is, he's like the key to the success of this team.
Okay.
In that I didn't expect him to be a scorer for us. I thought he'd show up every once in a while and score. Well, he's not only scoring for us, but in the last 2 weeks he's been our best golfer, and a huge surprise, a wonderful surprise. And I keep thinking that, okay, he's gonna, all right, he has 1 or 2 good rounds, and all right, now he's gonna falter. Not at all. He has shown that he is able to handle the pressure. He's able to handle the pressure as being the number 1 golfer or number 2 golfer when I put him out there. And so it's really nice to just sort of, have his score. The coaches know about the other guys. They don't know about Jordan. So, to have him be there too that's just one extra thing that we need. I knew I had 3 solid golfers. Didn't really know about Jimmy too much. I knew he had a good summer, but it's sophomore. You never know how they're going to perform. But to have Jordan there also just makes it much better for us.
Now, you look at the Upstate 8, Waubonsee Valley has kind of ruled the past, 2-3 years. They've had a solid run. They dropped their first dual meet in a while last week to Mattia Valley. You guys undefeated in the Valley Division right now. What needs to happen for you guys to kind of keep the course here and maybe knock off the Warriors?
Yeah, I think we play them this coming Wednesday at White Eagle, so that'll be a challenge. Be a nice course for us to play on, and it's a semi Waubonsee Valley home course for them. We've played them out there the past couple of years, so our kids are looking forward to that. That'll be probably the key. It's not necessary that we win, but it sure would be nice to go into the conference tournament undefeated.
Definitely.
Makes it a little easier for us, less pressure on us, but we know that Waubonsee can be had this year. Last couple of years, it was touch and go, and they'd always eke out a victory against us. This year, we've seen them twice in tournaments, the first 2 of the year, and we beat them both times. So I think our guys know, well, this is a team that we can win and beat. And so we just have to have that confidence and be ready to play a 9-hole tournament for once this year,
For sure. Well, Spike, thanks for having us out today, and good luck to your team the rest of the year.
All right, thanks a lot.